Welcome to Gym and Kitchen. I'm your host, Shona. Gym and Kitchen's focus is on fitness and health, coaching and education. I'm passionate about educating and coaching real people with busy lives on all things health and wellness related, including the habits and beliefs that govern our food and fitness choices, and that's what this show is all about. You can find Gym and Kitchen online, on the web, on Facebook and Instagram at gymandkitchen.biz across all of those. Come find me on there. I'd love to see you and say hi. Before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about me. My name, I'm Shona Mitchell Monforton. You can just call me Shona. I started in the fitness industry in 2005 teaching outdoor boot camps in all weather. We started in April, we went year-round outdoors. And these were fitness boot camps that were modeled off of a military physical training model in a group with roughly 30 people. And that's exactly how we trained those people. I often think about all the things that we did wrong as trainers, as group fitness instructors in that environment. But what I remember the most is the camaraderie that happened among the people who took those classes. They became friends, lifelong friends. They bonded as they were completing the fitness missions. They helped each other out. They would teach each other things as much as we were teaching them things. And some of those people are still friends today, which is a really gratifying feeling. I got out of the group fitness industry several years ago. In 2013, I became a personal trainer, which is different from a group fitness instructor, and I hold a certified personal trainer designation from the National Strength and Conditioning Association, also known as the NSCA, which is an internationally recognized organization. I've also taken sports nutrition from the National Federation of Professional Trainers. And I've spent the last 10 years working one-on-one with people online and in person to help them reach their goals and improve their overall health and fitness. Now I'm taking that experience and knowledge and I'm creating online content for real people who want to have a healthy lifestyle. Thanks for watching. Let's get into this episode's topic. There are 3 things that I don't do, either here or here. I don't count calories. I don't work out every single day, nor do I spend 24/7 thinking about exercise. I have other things that I like doing and that I want to think about during my day. And finally, I don't overcomplicate things here or here. The basics still work in the gym and here in the kitchen. Why don't I count calories? Without getting into the full scientific explanation of how calories work in the body, I'll do that in a later episode. I don't count calories because, for starters, it's a really great way to have a really bad relationship with food. The only people who should be counting calories are people who need to make sure that they are getting enough calories. People who do marathons, ultra runners, heavy duty sports, they need to make sure that they are eating enough and that they aren't malnutritioned. The rest of us probably shouldn't be counting calories. I also don't count calories because my nutrition plan is really dialed in. And I'm not doing anything fancy, but it's really hard to overeat on the right things. It's really hard to overeat on nutritious food and the things that fill you up because you're not craving the junk. And finally, I don't count calories because I simply tailor my nutrition to the kind of exercise that I am doing. So whether I am working on a strength training program, whether I'm working on an endurance or a cardiovascular training program, or whether I'm in a rest cycle, my nutrition is going to be based on that. And I have rest cycles too. I enjoy ice cream, beer, wine, chocolate, just like anybody else. I just eat less of it than a lot of people do. I still enjoy these things, especially in the summer. That's a rest cycle for me and I plan accordingly. 2, I don't work out every single day. I don't exercise every day. I don't train every day. I'm not actually in the gym 24/7 the way people think a lot of trainers are. This is how I approach things. If I'm in a maintenance cycle, I'm just trying to maintain what I have. Maybe it's summer, maybe there's nothing in specific I'm training for. I will set up a program for 4 to 6 weeks where I train 2 to 3 times a week. Nothing major, nothing fancy. I'm certainly not in here for hours and hours at a time. If I am training for something specific, maybe I have some sort of fitness test coming up, I have a goal I'm trying to achieve, there's something that I am trying to accomplish that I am working for specifically, probably not summer, then I am training 3 to 6 times a week at 45 to 60 minutes each. That's how I manage my training cycle. There's always rest days in there. I have mobility and I have flexibility programmed in as well. But I am not working out, we'll talk about that in a later episode. I am not training 7 days a week. I like time off too, and I also like to sleep in, and my best time to exercise is in the morning, so that's when I do it. If I don't exercise in the morning, it's not going to happen that day, so I make sure that if that's a training day, that I get up and I exercise in the morning, and then it's over and done with, and I can get on with the rest of my day. And finally, I don't overcomplicate things. I don't overcomplicate my fitness routines, and I don't overcomplicate my food. And I would recommend to everybody out there that that's how they approach things as well. You don't need some kitschy, fancy, complicated diet or even a fancy, complicated nutrition plan. You just need to know how to put together a plate that's going to fill you up. Same with your fitness. You don't need a fancy, complicated fitness plan. You don't need something that's different every single day that's going to get complicated to do and that you won't remember how to do either in your house when you're doing it or when you get to the gym or outside or wherever your exercise space is. Don't overcomplicate things. The basics work. The basics often work better than the complicated stuff. The basics work. You don't need anything kitschy. You don't need anything really complicated. You don't need anything fancy. And it doesn't have to be for hours at a time. There's a misconception in society that unless something is really hard, really complex, really complicated, and that you're not sweating and going full bore for your entire time that you are in the gym, that you're doing something wrong, and that's not true. You want to make sure that your heart rate is elevated for part of it. Yes, you also must program in rests and make sure that your muscles and your body is getting a break within that exercise plan, within that workout, within that class. If that's not happening, then take a look at doing something different because you're going to get better results if you are resting. And again, stick to basics. The basics work. You don't need a fancy machine. In fact, stay away from a lot of them because they're terrible for you. You don't need something gimmicky. You just need the basics. A few basic weights, maybe some bands. If what you have is some soup cans, that works just fine. Get outside and go for a walk. Make sure it's brisk, make sure your heart rate is elevated, but the basics still work. That's how I approach fitness and food. The 3 things that I just don't do. I don't count calories. I don't exercise every single day, and I don't overcomplicate things because I want this to be easy for me. That's how I make it manageable, and that's how I'm able to enjoy it and make it a very easy habit and part of my life. It integrates really nicely, it doesn't interrupt me, it doesn't get in the way, and I really don't have to think too much about it because I'm keeping it simple. So there's a principle called KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, sister. Keep it simple, sugar. Whatever you need to do, keep it simple. The basics work, and the basics will continue to work. Now it's your turn. What are you doing, or say you should be doing, or I'm going to start doing this, in the name of health and fitness, because you think it's going to improve things for you, but that you find really hard, really complicated, and that just weighs on you when you think about doing it, or when you're like, oh yeah, I have to do this because I know that it's better for me, but it's complicated, and because it's complicated, you don't do it. What one thing is that? Is it counting calories? Is it measuring your water exactly? Is it counting your steps and, oh, I gotta get my 10,000 steps a day, or I gotta get my 8,000 steps a day? Hey, listen, just get out and move, okay? Now, I'm not talking about things like eating unhealthy food or eliminating dessert. This is not a license to say, well, Shona said that I could stop doing something that I don't like, and I don't like not eating dessert and chocolate cake every day, so now I'm going to eat chocolate cake every day. No, that's not what I mean. I'm talking about something that somebody has told you, you should do this, and you're going to add it on, so you're going to count calories, or you're going to measure your water exactly, or you're going to count your steps every single day to make sure you get a certain number, and if you don't achieve that, you feel guilty at the end. There's going to be something that you think, oh man, like I should be doing that, and I don't, and I know it would be better if I did, but I don't, and it's complicated, and it holds me back, and then it holds you back. And that's a problem. We don't want it to hold you back. So what I'm talking about is things that really weigh your brain down. So just take 2 minutes, think about it. What one thing could you stop doing that is overcomplicating things in your fitness and your health? See if anything comes up for you and write it down if you have the opportunity. And then for just the rest of the day, stop doing that one thing. Just the rest of the day. See if that's achievable for you. Because that's where success comes, is in those small steps. Hey, thanks for joining me, Shona, on Gym and Kitchen today. It's really great to have you here and watching. If you liked what you saw, if you want to know more, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. And remember to find us on the socials at gymandkitchen.biz. That way you can follow along with everything that's going on there. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.